Okay, I'm immediately feeling a little bit safer now that we are in this area, which means I can probably... I don't want that one. This is my sea moth. Oh, maybe I should keep that one on. The one I need is my life pod. Let's make him red. Ah, okay. That way. That's where we are heading. Oh my word. Getting lost, encountering reapers, almost drowning twice. No, Stalker. At this point in time, I really am not scared of you. Come at me, bro. See what happens. Oh, yay. Okay. I was hoping that we would actually get some... What is it called? The gel plant? Or gel... Yeah, the bluish plant with the purple dots. So that we can make aerogel and actually grow it in the garden as well. But it seems we couldn't. But... Yeah, I was just thinking, what did we want to make? We wanted to make the Mark II. We've done that. Interesting question regarding when the electric eels or fish actually appeared. I don't recall there actually being fossil records of them. I do know that with the mitochondria they have been able to trace it back. And they were able to uncover when they split from the last common ancestor with some of the other fish in the knife fish family. But as for when that is, I can't actually remember that specific date or that possible period. It's quite amazing that the electric eel is not actually an eel, even though it looks like one. The thing that it looks like one is probably more a case of convergent evolution than anything else. But they did split off from the other knife fish, which are mostly South American species. They split off from them quite a while ago, and then just kind of survived on their own. Oh yes, in the blood kelp. Yes, we will need to get Gelsack, thank you. Yes, I was wondering what the name is.
Pod 7. Coordinates attached. Pod is structurally sound, but the fabricator's bust. Requesting assistance. 7 out.
Signal coordinates corrupted. Approximate transmission origin recorded to data bank.
Okay. Onboard fabricator, sunk to 200 meters. A little bit southwest of the Aurora stern. Yeah, we'll have a look and see if we can find Lifepod 7 at some point. I don't think we had been... No, we haven't been there, no. 200 meters. No, we haven't gone there. I'm trying to figure out what I wanted to make the silver, the 2 silver for the wiring kit. There was something that I wanted the wiring kit for. And now I cannot remember what that was. Not a rebreather. It is the rebreather. Okay, fiber mesh. That's all we need. Fiber mesh, I think, is 2 of the creepvine samples. 2 of the kelp. And since we already have that here, may as well just make sure that we've got space. Yeah, we have. Just harvest some of that. Marvelous. Yes, there we go. Oh, that one has the Markiplier doll. Yeah, the little Easter egg. I have encountered, I think, that one once in a playthrough. Not in the one that I started in the... or started last year or the year before. But in one of the ones, yes, I remember I did find that Markiplier doll in there. Oh yes, now... we have the rebreather. And I think the radiation is now useless. I'm just going to keep it in here just in case it isn't. But I'm going to probably not need it anymore. And then we are just going to put a beacon up here for our home. Because I'm tired of accidentally losing our way. Put it as home. And lifeboat can now be blank. Home, 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 home. There we go. Make that one red so that we can see it easily. There we go. Great stuff. Oh yes, the hatch on the top side. Or where was the hatch that we mentioned? It was it on the top side? I can't remember. Yeah, it's Arun. Can you remember where we said we had to put the hatch in? I also haven't finished this foundation, apparently. Okay, I must go and try and finish that. But I'm also going to try and scan for wrecks now. There we go. That should help us with that. How many extra batteries do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, it's something. I'm just going to put the flat ones in there. This one's basically flat. Just going to replace that. And that. I think that's all we need for now. Yes. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Opposite the plant tank. Yeah, the problem is that we've got the fabricator over here. We can move these and we can move them here. I think I should. I think I should move them there. Just makes more sense. Let's make a fabricator and a radio over here. And then we should be able to put in the hatch. Hopefully. We'll find out in a moment whether we can. Little hatch, hatch, hatch. Yes, we can. Okay. Quartz and 2 titanium. No problem with the quartz, I believe. I think there should be. There's literally 1. Oh my word. Okay. And 2 titanium. Definitely no shortage of that. Perfect. Now, yes, we can finally go in and out easily. We also have quite a few wrecks that are now popping up on the heads-up display, which we can now go and visit. We've got the rebreather, we've got the wrecks scanned. Oh dear. Problem with the server. Jy kan my nog sien, né? In die chat. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so for some reason my thing here said that there's a problem with the server. Can you guys at least still see and hear me? Or am I now speaking to the ghosts of Christmas past, present and future? I think you guys should still be able to see me, because yeah, my wife is still seeing me. Well, she is sitting right there, so she can see me in person as well, but you know what you mean, what I mean. Let's drop down here and just quickly repair our T-Moth. Okay. Great. Okay, so no idea. I guess my phone was just deciding to be stupid and yeah. Didn't pick up that everything is fine with the stream. But I also don't want to, have you guys... Oh, that thing is on a mission. Sheesh. Look at him go. Don't want you guys to, miss out on the stream and then next time made a lot of progress and stuff and then you didn't get to join me for that. You guys are spending, or, putting your afternoon aside or your evening aside and joining me for the stream, so I want to make sure that you guys can at least experience it. While we're waiting for this, might as well grab some coffee as well. One of the very few acceptable drugs in the world. Caffeine. Let's have a look here. What have we got in here? Oh, hello. We've got a stalker. That's a slight problem. If we wanted to go through there. Anyway, we now have it scanned. Marvelous. We'll talk about it in a bit. But what else have we got here? This is stasis rifle. Ooh. Yes, please. Oh. Apparently I can make that already. I think I can make the grav trap already as well. Yep. Got a PDA. Okay, it's about Bart Torgal. An illegitimate child of Paul Torgal. Okay, so he was obviously the son of the 3 that got trapped down here. On the island. Or on the planet. Yes, yes, we can hear you. Yeah. So he was the person that understood plants and stuff like that. My type of person there on the ship. Stasis rifle. Okay, we already can make the stasis rifle. Mobile vehicle bay we can also make, but you know what? Titanium is always useful. May as well grab these. I don't know whether there's anything through there, but I'm not very keen on being in a tight space with a stalker that is trapped in there. Oh well. Anyway, so there's a wreck here. Let's go to that wreck there, shall we? Ah, okay, here we go. How do I take my coffee? Bitter, without sugar, and no milk, so black and bitter. That's how I drink my coffee, and quite strong. In the past, when I was doing my masters though, I am known for my what I call voodoo coffee, also known as zombie coffee, because you drink it if you have become a zombie. I did that when I was doing my masters, and I was working technically full-time as a lecturer at that point as well. I think in that semester I was teaching 4 or 5 subjects and writing up my master's thesis, and trying to do all of that in a 3-week period. Not the best idea, so that's a good example of me procrastinating. It took 3 years to do my masters, and I still did it in the last 3 weeks of that period. But as a result, with me lecturing basically from 8 o'clock in the morning until 4 or 5 in the afternoon, and then still needing to find time to write my masters, there was about a 3-week period where I didn't really sleep. And I would work from 5 o'clock I would lecture from 8 in the morning until 5 in the afternoon, go home, at that point drink condensed milk to keep me awake and alive, and then I would start writing on my masters. This is the wreck. Okay, well that's pretty pointless. But I would then start writing on my masters, and if I got to 12 o'clock in the evening, if I got to midnight, and I was making good progress, I would continue working until 4 o'clock in the morning. At that point I would go shower and just get in my vehicle and drive in front of the lecture theatre or lecture hall, sleep in my car for 2 hours, lecture from 8 until 5, repeat the process for a 3-week period. But what kept me awake during those hours was my voodoo coffee, my zombie coffee. Started out kind of accidentally, and then it was on purpose afterwards, where I would start out with instant coffee. So, normal old instant coffee. 3 nice big heaped spoons of that. Then add, I think, 3 or 4 or 5 sugars, depending on how much I felt I needed. And then I would, instead of hot water, I would put in filter coffee with that. So that gave me a nice jolt of energy for 6 hours, after which I tended to crash quite horribly. But if I needed to keep on going, I would just drink another cup of that, and we'd be running 12 hours straight. So basically you can see sounds as they're floating past you, all kinds of brilliant shades of color. But now I haven't had that in, I think, 4 years. I haven't had to drink voodoo coffee in years, thankfully, so I think my heart is very glad about that. And I think my wife is also very glad that I don't have to drink voodoo coffee anymore. She's just smiling and laughing. But it kept me going. It did keep me going. Stasis rifle and prawn suit with 2 default arms. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to go kill a Reaper, just one, at least one, just to get revenge on them. I think I've just gone in circles and I've just visited wrecks that I already visited. I think I need to visit those 2 on that side. I think I have done all these ones. I need to go to those ones there. Need an ecologist makes coffee stream. For me, the making of coffee, even instant coffee, is an art. I don't skimp on how to. I don't make it light or easy. What's the right word? I don't take it lightly. Like with my wife, for example, I love making her coffee, and her day has to start with one of my coffees, and she will agree to that. I've been here as well. Okay, I need to. I think what I need to scan for are data boxes. I think that's going to be the best one to scan for, because those are the unused ones. Yeah, I must say, I have given people the voodoo coffee or zombie coffee in the past, and they had like heart palpitations for hours. One person almost for an entire day. And yeah, that was an interesting experience, to say the least. So I have had that coffee. Some of my friends have had that coffee, and one of my old colleagues, he had that coffee as well. He made it accidentally. The same day I had it on purpose, he made it accidentally. And he came to me, he's like, Willem, I just made a mistake. And I was like, did you throw in filter coffee with your normal coffee? He's like, yeah. I was like, oh, don't worry, me too. But I did it on purpose. You did it accidentally. And so we laughed, and both of us had our first voodoo coffee that day. Where are we? There we go. I need to get rid of some titanium, make some space here. That should be alright. What was I going to do? Probably drink water. Yes, that's what I was going to do. Let's have a look here. But yeah, as Nicola says there, I these days make the best coffee. Well, for her at least. As I say, I don't take making of coffee lightly. I don't take it lightly. I am... In the morning, for example, Nicola needs a strong cup of coffee to get the day started. But then as the day progresses, the strength thereof does change, depending on... Oh, I can't scan for data box. Oh. Depending on the time of day and how much she needs. I'm going to scan for fragments. We're going to scan those, yes. Yeah, the strength of the coffee changes. How I make it changes. The amount of cold water that gets added to it will change. There's a whole science for me behind making even instant coffee. Hello, Memphis. Again. Oh, okay, well. Let's grab the fragments as much as we can. And then I think we should head to deeper water. Of course, how to get to the deeper water, that is going to be a question. Let's head in... there's a wreck. Let's head in that direction. Whatever direction that may be. I still need to make the compass, actually. Oh well. We'll just head in this general direction. Then we'll see what we find. Well, we're killing the local wildlife in... or the fishies in this general direction. Hey, DDA Studios, hello there. Welcome to the chat. Where are we? We are in... I can grab quartz later. I think let's just keep on going. Oh, and use the sonar since we do have it. Yes, these reef packs are amazing. And there's sounds. I could listen to the ambient sounds of the reef packs above the grassy plains, like, to fall asleep. But watch how if I make a recording of it, obviously something like a bone shark is going to come and get me, or a reaper is going to spawn where they normally don't. All kinds of funny things will happen. I used to drink sugar and milk with my coffee, but nowadays it's black and bitter. So, yeah. Ooh, is this? No, I thought for a moment this is down to the blood kelp. It looks like the same type of geology. Don't know why I just use a sonar. I can see perfectly in front of me. That's a laser cutter. We already have that. Sand shark. Oh, yes. I should probably repair again. I really need to put this on the hotbar. Okay. The way I'm driving, I probably need the hull reinforcement as well. Just so that I can keep my sea moth for longer. More sand sharks. Yes, yes, we hear you. We feel you too. Wonder if this is the place that I think I'm heading to. If it is, it'd be amazing, but I don't think I am heading where I thought I'm heading. Okay, we still have reef packs above us. And a sand shark. And a Reaper Leviathan up there.
Detecting multiple Leviathan class life forms in the region.
Oh dear.
Whatever you're doing is worth it.
No, I am never certain that whatever I am doing is worth it. But I have got my scanner here. And I'm going to keep on using it to see whether there's anything around us. Or above us. Nothing? Just sand sharks. Okay, sand sharks I can deal with. I'm alright with those. I did see the flickerings of a wreck a moment ago. Oh, there, right in front of me. Duh. I'm as blind as a bat, which is of course a horribly wrong saying because bats are anything but blind. Bats generally have very, very good eyesight. Moles, on the other hand, that's a different story. Let's just check anything here. Quartz. Take a quick peep in this direction. Oh, warper. Oh no, 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 no. I don't like warpers. Okay, there's the vent that I think I need to go in. Is it? Yeah, I think down. I think I'm just going up again now. No, I am in. Okay. Great, data box. What have we got here? Reinforced diving suit. Okay, that's good. Grab some water because that's going to be useful as well. Oh, is that the battery? Power cell charge. I think I've got that, or have I only got half? Nope. Brilliant. Only half of it. Okay. What have we got here? Oh, a door we need to weld through. Okay, well, we can try and open it. Okay, let's have a look here. Of course, let's run out of juice just before we finish. What have we got? Drill arm, yes, give me that.
Near blueprint acquired.
Scanning. Coffee machine, yes, please. Speaking of coffee, you know. Let's get that ready. Let's get that. Those are the hats. I don't think I need the hats as decorations. I don't need the shelves. I've got the picture frame already. Now what we need to do is go through here. Got the vending machine I think already as well. I always get lost in these little corridors. think it's up here.
30 seconds.
Yes, I know, 30 seconds. There we go. Wow, we made it. These little tight corners, I get lost so easily and confused so easily. Yeah, I saw the shadow a moment ago. I'm just gonna keep going. Just gonna keep swimming. It's right above me. Oh dear. Am I crashing into... Oh, rocks. Yes. There's our warper friend again. Oh, and there's another one. No. Oh, there's another one. Yay! These are the most reapers I've ever seen in any of my playthroughs. I have never seen so many reapers. They're probably going to destroy the sea moth in a moment. But here's another wreck. Oh, of course there's one right above the wreck. Oh, and another... I don't like this at all, people. I do not like this at all. We're just going to skirt around here. Oh, that's what I was looking for. I see something in the distance. A whole herd of somethings. Ah, this is awesome. The Sea Treaders. Okay, now I really need to repair my ship as well. Okay, so this is, as far as I know, the smallest of the Leviathan class creatures in the game here. Oh yes, I know, I heard the warpers will also teleport creatures. Well, yeah, I do think that we have found our huge bottom-dwelling life forms. The Sea Treaders, oh my word. How weird are these little things. As I was saying, I think these are the smallest of the Leviathan class creatures in the game, and they're the only... Well, I was going to say the only herbivorous Leviathan, but technically the Ghost Leviathan is also a herbivore. Because they are filter feeders, technically. But they are extremely aggressive filter feeders. Just because something is a herbivore doesn't mean that it isn't dangerous. Of course, I mean, look at hippos and elephants and rhinos. All of those are herbivores, and all of those can kill you in an instant if they wanted to. Okay, we're going to pick up some more gold. Lithium is actually what we are after. So these Sea Treaders, as we are going about our business, what they are basically doing is stirring up the sediments over here, and in the process they are trying to get food, because here at the bottom of the ocean there is very little sunlight filtering down. Interestingly enough, in the game here it seems at this point there actually is a bit more sunlight reaching the bottom here, but not enough really for photosynthesis to go or to be done as efficiently or as effectively as it is at the surface. So photosynthesis plants will battle down here, but everything that dies up above, their remains will filter down. Anything that lives up there and poops up there, the feces will filter down, and you have what we call a detrital rain, a rain of detritus reaching the ocean floor over here. And of course that means that there's a lot of food accumulating at the bottom here, if you are willing to and able to sift through it in order to obtain it. And these creatures here seem to at least be able to do that. If we just take our screen away like that, using their very long mouth parts in the front here. So that's a proboscis-like mouth part, very similar to the mouth part of a bug. And a bug would sift, or would actually suck using that. In this case, it seems they may actually be doing it as well. It's a very much a jointed, very much like a straw, the mouth parts there. And it's quite probable that they are filtering out edible fragments from these sediments using their mouth parts over there. Interesting. Why are the sea striders not buoyant? So, in general, what you'll find is that creatures that want to remain in or suspended in the water, they've got a more difficult time remaining buoyant than those creatures that don't want to be buoyant. So, if you have a body consisting mostly of water, with very little gas in it, it only takes a little bit of a heavy element in you to actually make that you don't float away like most things would. Fish, for example, will change their buoyancy and move up and down in the water column by increasing or decreasing the amount of air. Okay, I'm full now. Okay, the amount of air in their gas bladder, which they will use to maintain buoyancy in the ocean. But if we're looking at something like this is an invertebrate. They would most likely not have something like a gas bladder. And they are, of course, as you can see here, they don't want to be up there. They want to be on the ocean floor where their food is. So they would probably just have relatively heavy components in their exoskeleton. And exoskeletons generally are quite heavy. So they would probably contain quite a lot of calcium and phosphorus and heavier compounds as well. Okay, so I'm full now. Things like chitin, for example, which would give them strength and rigidity in their exoskeleton, but which would also make them quite heavy. So I suspect that in terms of how do they not float away, they've got a relatively heavy body with very little gas in it. They're not air breathing, so they don't have to go up to the air to actually, or to the atmosphere to breathe. They will probably just filter out oxygen from the water here, and as a result they can just stay at the bottom here relatively easily. I am finding it still very strange that they are bipedal, that they only have two big strong legs in the front or at the back here, and then I'm not sure whether these are actually just antennae or arms. Let's have a look what the databank says. Just also checking here. Okay, so yeah, in an hour and a half's time we'll have to see how long my computer stays alive after that, because currently we have got, well, at the moment we don't have load shedding, but at 10 o'clock our town's power is going to go bye-bye. But we do have solar power on the roof and our battery is relatively low, but we'll have about 35% of the battery remaining at that point in time. So we'll hopefully get to 10 o'clock, or sorry, to 11 o'clock, because at 10 o'clock the power cuts off, and then if I do disappear, it does mean that my computer also went bye-bye at that point in time. So let's hope that doesn't happen. But hopefully we'll just be able to carry on until 11 o'clock, and then I will say bye-bye nicely, instead of just, vanishing into thin air. So antennae in the front here detect a range of scents. Okay, so they are using those little squid-like antennae in the front there to actually sense danger or food, helping the sea traders to find fresh grazing pastures. Okay, avoid the path of large predators, yes, and others of the kind. Yes, so generally when you have got something like this, it's to do one of those three things: either find food, avoid predators, or find other individuals of your species. And it seems that the antennae here are doing all three at the same time. So thick armor, there we go, so that makes it heavy. The legs extend from the rear, so they only have the two legs. Siphon up, okay, so they do use their mouth parts to suck in food particles and to maintain the balance. So even though they are relatively bipedal, they in essence have got three legs, so they're tripods instead of bipedals. I am going to have to grab one of these deep shrooms because I need to go grow this at home. We're just going to drink some water, scan this, and then see if we can perhaps find a gel sack around here as well. If we can, I'm going to just throw out one of the titanium and take that with us to cultivate at home. Just to make it as easy as possible to have everything on hand. Of course, if we find rubies here... There we go, gel sack. Perfect. Okay, now, have I got anything I can eat in here? Yes. Okay, I'm going to have to throw that out first. Then I'm going to just eat this. Munch, munch, munch. Almost ate or tried to eat the mushroom. Not a good idea. And then let's just grab the gel sack. Now we'll be able to at least cultivate this at home. We don't have to go anywhere to get some more. Nice. Filter water through the oxygen? Most likely. They most likely have some kind of gill structure. As for where it is, I'm not sure. They do have quite a number of eyes. I mean, we've got a big eye in the front there, which is probably their main eye. And then a whole bunch of little smaller eyes. Not oculi quite. Oculi are, well, maybe a little bit. Oculi are tiny little, barely functional eyes. I suspect they are just using this to really see what is close by, and then the big eyes to properly see. Big eyes normally in deep ocean-dwelling creatures like these to really pick up the faintest of signals. And you can see here, when I switch the light off, they are bioluminescent. So they have got certain parts of their bodies creating light. We've got the orange parts of the carapace there, and we've got the yellow of the antennae, and then here on the rump we also have some bioluminescence. Of course, that uses energy to do and chemical reactions to do, but it will allow them to actually pick up with their massive eyes quite easily where the other individuals actually are. They'll probably detect whether there are any in the area with the antennae, constantly waving it in the water here to pick up any possible scent. And then, of course, if they do sense another individual, they will be able to spot them with their massive eyes, with a glow that they create. I love the fact that they thought about all of these things when they designed these creatures. It's really interesting for me to delve into how they would function. Almost thought there's like a snail over there, but no, there isn't. It's just a turd. And yeah, so they probably would have some kind of gill chamber, siphon in water as they are siphoning in the food, most likely also with the water getting some oxygen, although the water in the sediment here would probably not contain a lot of oxygen. It will be probably quite anoxic or oxygen poor. But in terms of the power outage, yes, currently we've got what we call load shedding, and you know something is frequent when you come up with the official term for it. So we've got rolling blackouts, which we call load shedding, and it is to prevent the power grid from collapsing entirely, or that's the idea at least. At the moment, some areas, I think we've got the bridge already as far as I recall, so we'll just drop the pieces down. Oh, finally, we've got the bridge. Okay, now we have the bridge. So at the moment, some parts of South Africa are in darkness, and then in an hour and a half, we'll be in darkness. And then 2 hours after that, other areas will go into darkness and we'll have power again. So we basically constantly have... I think this has been... I don't know when last we didn't have... we already have the bridge now, we don't need any more. I can't remember when last we had a day where there wasn't a power outage. An official power outage. And that's on top of things breaking and with thunderstorms and stuff hitting out the power and things like that. We're just kind of used to... Oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 no. Shippy, 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 come, watery tomb. No. I'm just gonna serpentine, serpentine, serpentine. Jump in. Oh, where's the... No, 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 no. Come on, now I've put my light away. There it is, okay. Watery tomb. Come on, watery tomb. I'm just going to go to the surface. I think there's less chance of me being teleported away. But yeah, we have had basically rotating blackouts since, oh my word, we got solar in September last year. At that point it had already been going on for a few months. And I don't think we've had, I think we may have had 1 or 2 days without rotating blackouts since October or since August, September last year. I'm just going to switch off all these beacons we don't need. We don't need that one. We don't need that one. We don't need that one. There we go. Just home. That's all we need. But yeah, we thankfully were able to make a plan and actually have the solar installed. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to make videos. I wouldn't be able to work from home or do anything from home. So yeah, we decided to make a plan, and we haven't regretted it for a moment. And yeah, the fact that I can now basically carry on making this or doing this live stream without having to worry about the power going out, it's it's a wonderful feeling. But we're very, very fortunate in that we can have solar. The problem is that today it started out nice and sunny, and our geyser got heated up and everything worked well, and then from about 2 o'clock, just before 2, the clouds came in, and there was such a dense cloud bank that no matter how many appliances we switched off, the power just kept on dropping as it got used, and we couldn't recharge it fast enough. So our battery was on like 56%, I think, when I started streaming. It's on 38, I think we checked a moment ago. So it's getting lower, but yeah, it will stop at 35% until the power goes out, and then it will use that last reserve. Hopefully then it will last for an hour for us to actually just continue on with the stream. So yeah, power outages, something that we are very, very used to in South Africa. I know a while ago there was a mention of potential of these rolling blackouts in the UK as well, or in England as well, and I thought to myself, you know what, we can probably ship a few South Africans over there to help you guys to learn how to cope with that. And yeah, because we're so experienced now with planning our entire day about, okay, when have we got power and when do we not have power? Because yeah, it's basically is governing our lives and has governed our lives for a very, very long period. Let's play another little message, shall we?
Aurora, we're approaching the planet now.
Aha.
We have a landing site for you that's... well, it's better than the alternatives. We've sent you the coordinates. It'll take us a couple of days to align our orbit. We should be able to establish direct contact with you during that time. Then we're coming in to get you. Cross your fingers, the weather holds. And don't leave us waiting. Sunbeam out.
Okay. The sunbeam is coming for us. Just decided that I'm going to put this, all the gold, in another one. I've got decor. We're going to make this one a U and a G. I'm going to put the gold and silver in here, because that just makes sense. And we're going to put crystals in this one over here. So this will be quartz and diamonds and rubies. Even though it's not a crystal, it's close enough. I'm going to put those in there. Silver, not lithium. Copper, no, we don't want copper. Silver and gold. And diamonds. Yes, we'll take all of those, thank you. Where is it? There is silver. Put that in there. And the diamonds. And just put the last lithium back. I think I took it. Didn't want to take it, but I had it. Ah, new door. Okay. Let's plant that. And let's plant that. Now that we haven't scanned this one before, so let's scan this. And get some more going. And same here with this little guy over here. Oh yes, of course. I don't think it does as much damage to you if you cut it when it is cultivated. We'll talk about that. We have to talk about that at some point as well. Okay, so constant power, but it's getting insanely expensive. Yeah, that is also the thing. Is In South Africa also power had become quite expensive. My wife and I used about 1,000 rands worth of electricity in a month. Now, I'm not sure, I think it's about 17 rand to the dollar at the moment, I think 20 something to the pound. So let's say we were using 50 pounds worth of electricity a month. Now we use that same amount. I think we put in about that much in December, and we haven't put in yet. We haven't put in again yet. Although we are now very close to actually putting in. So I want to get water, that's what I wanted to do. So we are very close to putting in. It's now 3 months, 4 months. We went the entire December, January, February, basically March. So basically 4 months that we have used the same amount of electricity that we normally would have used in a month. Which, yeah, goes without saying that is marvelous for us as well. Okay. I'm going to assume everyone can still hear me again because my phone again told me that there's something wrong with the stream. I think my phone is just getting ready to have a nice little public holiday. I think that is what is happening here. Okay. Right, so we have got the gel sacks, which is great. I think I need to make a compass. Just so I can at least say that, okay, let's go explore in a specific direction. And I think that is just... Oh! Change it to wiring kit. It used to be, as far as I recall, it used to be just the copper wire. But okay, fine. Let's put in through the silver as well. Why not? Oh, okay. It lagged for a second slightly. Okay. So is it alright again now, I assume? I wonder why on earth it was doing that. Yeah, I can't see. No, I've got more than enough space still in the recording place. So at least it isn't that my hard drive is full and I'm losing the entire recording. Oh, I wanted to make a compass. That's what I wanted to do. Bring on the compass. Okay, now... Yes, now we can see which direction to go. Okay, now I'll hopefully not get too lost again. And we may as well almost start heading in that direction. Just to run around there a little bit. Seamoth, what I want is hull reinforcement. Lithium, 4 diamonds and 3 titaniums. Ooh, we can do that. Yes. Let's spin this one, shall we? Oh, now we can't see above the sunbeam one. 4 diamonds, 1 lithium, 3 titanium, if I'm not mistaken. So, 4 diamonds, 4, 1 lithium. I'm going to take 2 lead with me as well, just to finish up this one platform outside. And I'm going to take another one, just in case I can make another one. Let's go for that one. We really need the battery chargers as well. Ah, 1 more lead, really? Okay, so now we've just kind of elongated and we now have a new one that needs to be done still. Fine, fine, fine. Tell me these things. Okay, they're almost getting there. Okay, great stuff. Okay, this direction. Let's have a look, let's have a look. In terms of blueprints. Fins. I've got the reinforced diving suit I can't make yet. Water filtration suit we can't make yet. Let's see. Stasis rifle. We could make that. Although that is another thing I then have to carry around everywhere, which I'm not very good with. We should probably make some more beacons so that we can... Oh, well, we can make 1 beacon. Wow. Anyway. let's go quickly. Did I now... Okay, I didn't put the lithium away. Great. We need the hull reinforcement. And then... that'll be the last one we can fit. At least that will keep the sea moth alive for longer. And I need copper and... No, I'm running in the wrong place. There we go. I need copper and titanium, so may as well scan for some more limestone. For beacons. Limestone! There we go. Great stuff. Okay. That direction. I think let's head in this direction first. So in terms of the availability or the lack of electricity availability governing our lives, I mean, this evening was a good example of that, where, not that we complained about it in this case, because what happened is we knew that our power wasn't going to necessarily last if we now go and make a whole bunch of food on the stove. So we decided to make a fire and we make some nice little sandwiches on the fire. I think this is the hot area that I don't want to go in. And we made some nice little bread sandwiches on that. But again, it's just something that you learn to adapt to and make plans accordingly. Let's see, where is that limestone on the other side? I'm not sure whether limestone would actually form these nodules like this underwater. Similarly with the salt water, I don't think the salt actually would precipitate quite the way it does in the game here, with these nodules forming. Or with the nodules forming. I just drove into my base's legs, yes. Okay, I think I just... Oh, I'm clipping into the unbuilt foundation. Okay, fine. Fine. I think I'm clipping into this. We're probably going to have to replace the batteries of this one now. Yeah, right on cue. Okay. Can we drive off now? I almost drove into the next one. Right, let's head this direction, shall we? Love the sonar. Almost sounded as though I hit that thing with the vehicle, but thankfully didn't. Can't remember whether I scanned the stalker. Oh, I did. Okay. Yes, I did. I think I did that today, like literally today. Let's just have a look here, because I know they've got a tapetum lucida, or tapita lucida, however you pronounce it. Stalker. There we go. They've got it mentioned here. They've got the teeth, yes. They've got night vision, retinal layering. Yes, so there's the retinal layering they mention. That they can hunt at night. So this is a typical nocturnal species, the stalker. And they, I think, are the only species that, or one of very few species, that does not have bioluminescence. So if you take this and you put it in the pitch dark, it's not actually going to bioluminesce. It's not going to make any light. And that's why it is, I think, called the stalker. Because there's nothing giving away its position. But the front of the eyes, in theory, if you were to shine a light in their eyes, the eyes would reflect. Similar to how a cat's eyes will reflect if you shine a torch in their direction. Because they've got a layer at the back of their retina that as light has passed through... Oh, okay, I almost hit it with the vehicle. As light passes through and is picked up by the cones and the rods in the eye to actually perceive what is happening around you, the tapetum lucidum, meaning painted carpet, that is a layer at the retina that actually bounces light back. So after it had gone through the light that passes through the eye or through the retina gets bounced back again, or that passes through the cones and the rods, gets passed through a second time, and then exits the eye in the process. So that's why when you look at a cat, for example, you can see the reflectiveness of the eye. That's the tapetum lucida actually reflecting back at you. Basically just light that you shine in the cat's eyes, going through the cones and rods and then bouncing back. And it gives them pretty good nocturnal vision. It's not as effective, it's not effective during daytime at all actually, but it is very effective if you are a night hunting species or nocturnal species. We're just going to say hello to the crashfish over here and then say goodbye to it. The kamikaze fishy. And in the process, let's grab its sulfur that it was defending. Because this is an example of a symbiotic relationship or mutualistic relationship between the sulfur plant and the fish, where the sulfur plant produces sulfur, and in the process, of course, it provides a home for the fish, for the crashfish. And the crashfish, on the other hand, obviously eats a whole bunch of things and then will poop out the remains in the sulfur plant and basically fertilize it. Now, in South Africa, we have got a similar type of interaction happening on land between an insectivorous plant and little insects that live on those plants. So it's a little plant known as a sundew. It's quite an amazing little plant. It's like the Venus flytrap. It's actually related to the Venus flytrap, but in a different genus. Same family though, Droseraceae. And they have on their leaves thin little stalks, and at the tips of those little stalks they produce a sticky mucilage, or sticky mucus basically, sticky substance. And it looks like dew, which is where it gets its name from. It looks like dew is glistening in the sun, hence sundew. But that little droplet there actually attracts things like mosquitoes in particular, which will normally go for nectar. And these little mosquitoes are attracted to that, thinking, well, I'm going to drink some nectar now. And then they get stuck. And the leaves then roll around the insect that is trapped and actually pours digestive juices onto it, digesting it and then slurping up the soup with other special cells in their leaves. But initially they found that there are some insects that live, tiny little insects, like little fly-like creatures living on the sundew. And when the sundew catch an insect, they actually eat the insect that is trapped by the plant. So they parasitize it. And then that is what it was described as. It's a form of parasitism. And then after a while, people realize that no, this is actually not parasitism. This is an example of mutualism. Because that little insect eats the insect that is trapped, and it poops out the remains on the leaf of the sundew plant. And the poop of the insect is easier for the plant to digest than the actual other insect that was trapped. So in essence, the little insect stealing the insect that was trapped on the leaf of the plant, they're actually helping the plant by providing them with a more easily digestible food source, which is an amazing little interaction happening there. And it's just something that when you look at it and you think, well, this has to be parasitism, and then when people do research on it, they find, nope, this is not parasitism. This is actually a mutualistic relationship happening. Both parties are benefiting with this interaction between them. So yeah, it is indeed symbiosis. It's a sign of when the cat is stealing your dreams. Well, in that case, my cat is definitely constantly stealing my dreams. No wonder I don't dream. Well, not often. But I must say, cats do look quite evil when they are at, you know, when their eyes are shining like that. Now, of course, a lot of spiders also have that layer. You'll have the same thing with the... Trying to find out where that little limestone is, probably underground there. Same thing with wolf spiders. Wolf spiders, if you shine your light across the lawn at night, yeah, and bit of rhyming over there, but if you shine your light over your lawn at night, you'll see the eyes of the wolf spiders also reflecting in the light. Same principle happening there as well. But there are some spiders, the ogre-faced spiders, which will every night form a new layer. And during the daytime, in daylight, the layer breaks apart or is broken down by the sunlight. And then at night, every single night, they have to make a new layer. And I think I've turned off my... Yeah, no. Why can't I... Oh, there it is. There's a watery tomb. But yeah, so the ogre-faced spiders basically every night have to remake that layer, and in the daytime they lose it. It breaks apart, and then nighttime comes around. Yep, time to make another one. Very energy consuming to do that, but yeah, works for them.